So I mean, they've seen me my entire life. I've played quarterback up like against them ever since I was in middle school, freshman year as a JV, and then sophomore I completely moved to receiver. So this will be the first time ever since freshman year in JV that they've actually seen me like run the ball as a quarterback and throw the ball. So that'll be different for them because they haven't really seen a mobile quarterback in our offense since, honestly, like I don't know, remember when. So that'll be the main impact, and also just like the team aspect. Like I'm a major leader on this team, and players look up to me, and it just builds up the team morale.
Right, I'm glad you said it, not me. So now with that, we could say like, so I'm sure you believe that not having you was very instrumental in why the game went the way it went. So how confident are you this time around that things can go a little bit different?
We just have to play our own game. So if we play our own game, play with aggressiveness, play to our ability, it'll be a close game. If not, we could come out on top. We just got to be their younger brother, pick on them until they flip over and flip their top. And so we just got to be aggressive all game long and just pick on them and just be right there next to them and just make them nervous the entire game.
And so with it being a new style, how much do you think that kind of gives an advantage? Because a lot of things that people do, they like to get film on quarterbacks. With not having a lot of film on you this year, how much do you think that gives you an advantage?
It gives a lot of advantage because they haven't really ever seen me run the ball before, and better yet, pass the ball in good conditions. As of the Mud Bowl, that was terrible. I could barely run. I could barely throw the ball. And we're still not turning me loose completely because of my ankle and everything. So it's just a little bit not fully of everything. And so and just like based off of like they haven't ever seen me before or seen a running quarterback before. So that's a different. Well, they saw it against the Eastside and Busco, and they gave up some yards there. So that's a completely different. Owen wasn't much of a running quarterback. He was more just of a pocket passer. So it's definitely a new look for them.
Right. So talk to me about, outside of yourself, what do you think you guys need to do to change the outcome?
We just need to play more aggressive. Last game, watching film, we were not dominating the line of scrimmage. It didn't even look like we were touching them on the line of scrimmage. So we've just got to dominate the line of scrimmage, be more physical, just have a lot more enthusiasm, and then get them to turn over and get a little nervous and everything. So if we just play our game, play to the ability that we are able to, just be aggressive all night long and just never give up. And so if we play like that, I mean, we can.
Yeah, with them being a rivalry just up the road, talk to me about, and you're no stranger to playing them at this time of year, so talk about how big it would be to come, being the underdog, to come and to kind of play the spoiler role this year.
So the last two regular seasons, we haven't lost a game, that I've played. And so, I mean, we're normally never the underdog when it comes to playoff time. So this is the second time I've ever been an underdog in my life in a off-season like playoff game like this. So it's definitely new. It's definitely new for me. It's really weird mindset going into it because I'm used to something else. So just being the underdog, I mean, all pressure's off. Just all anxiety can be off. I don't have to be nervous. I can play free completely. And so the pressure's over there because they're playing to win, and no, they're playing to not lose, and we're playing to win. So that's just a different mindset going into each and every game. And that's a big reason why we lost, just we were playing to not lose, and then we lost in the regional game against them. And it makes it even more sweet because I'm playing against my grandpa and my uncle and then my first cousin. So I just love that aspect that I'm able to compete against them again. And I always just love to compete against my family.
So it seems like they know you pretty well then. So talk to me about, lastly for me as a leader of this team, kind of what things are you telling the people? Some of these people are young, may not even play in the game at this magnitude at this point yet. So what types of things are you telling them in the preparation process to leading into the game?
Just the believing aspect. If we believe we can win, anything's possible. I mean, look what happened 2 years ago in last regionals. So if we just believe that we can do it, and we got to work our butts off all week long and work our butts off the entire game Friday. So no plays off, every single play, bringing it every single second.
Some of my thoughts heading into the game. So last time we played them, we were real lackadaisical, honestly. We weren't hitting hard. We weren't being the aggressor. This time we need to go out, hit hard, because, I mean, if we let them hit us, they're going to score a lot, just like they did last time. I mean, we got Aiden Wanner back. We got Parker Bryan. I mean, I think Parker could cause fits up front, but we just gotta hit hard and play our game.
Yeah, a lot of the things, guys, you guys are getting back on the offensive side of the ball, right? So for you guys, it doesn't change much. What do you guys need to do differently that's going to hopefully change the outcome of this game?
So obviously we let up a little bit too many points last time. We need to minimize how many yards they're getting on offense, minimize the run game for them. And honestly, we got to hit a couple home runs here and there. I mean, we're going to need to score to win.
Right. So talk to me about what mentality do you have to take into this game, or maybe even what are you saying to some of the underclassmen that maybe have not been in this situation about, and it's hard to beat a team twice. So kind of how optimistic are you heading into the game?
All I'm saying is we got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose. I mean, obviously they beat us in the regular season, but it's a new game regular. It's the regional championship. I think it's anyone's game.
Right. I'm sure you guys are anticipating a packed house. So talk about how big that's going to be to play in a big crowd in that type of environment.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. We've been looking forward to it. I mean, we got county rivals playing in the regional championship. It's going to be packed. Everyone needs to be on board. Everyone needs to believe we can win, and I think we can get it done.
So talk to me about what type of game you guys need to see, what type of game you need to play. I know you guys say perfect game, but talk to me about what you believe needs to go well for you guys on both sides of the ball.
We got to minimize turnovers. We got to stop the run game, like I said. I mean, Curry and Hirely are awful good. Black, Newey, Yergler, they got a couple good linemen. We just got to minimize the run game, and we got to take advantage when we're on offense.
And how much do you love this time of year? It's like when to go home, right? So all the marbles are on the line. So talk to me about how much more excited does that make you in the preparation process and on game day to come out there when it's winter go home?
Right, it's winter go home. I mean, we're working our butt off here out in the cold, so it just makes it that much more exciting. I mean, you lose, you're into a winter sport. You win, you got a chance of going to state. It's that much more exciting, yep.
And what's some of the things that a coach are telling you today to kind of prepare you guys?
Everyone's got to be on board that we can win. We just got to reiterate that. If everyone's on board, we always got a shot.
Well, every year is special when you play this rivalry game. It's so much fun that the last I think 5 or 6 years now we've both been on top of the ACAC. We've both always been ranked in the top 5 every time we meet. These seniors right here, Aiden and Shock, have now played against their seniors, Curry, Hirely, and Newey 5 times in the last 3 years, split in 2-2. And then you add regional to it. So I mean, it's anything you could ask for.
Yeah, so you guys played them earlier in the year. Maybe it didn't go the way you would like to see it go. Talk about what types of things and changes, and I guess having a couple people back could be as simple as that, will make the outcome of the game different for you.
Sure, that's a good question. They're loaded. I mean, everyone knows that. This is the year they've talked about now for a while. The senior class they've kind of circled as the group that's going to get in Lucas Oil Stadium. So we have to play a perfect game. Obviously, the weather conditions are going to be not ideal. But like you said, we have Aiden Wanner back, who's the heart and soul of our team as a leader. We'll play him on defense tomorrow for the first time this year. First time since he's back since his injury. He'll play defense for us as well as quarterback. We have Parker Bryan back first time since week 5. Neither of those guys played against AC the first time. Parker Bryan, a huge defensive and offensive lineman for us. So like I said, we just got to be flawless. we can't turn the ball over in the mud, and we have to force turnovers. We have to get them off schedule. We got to get them in 3rd and long, so they have to pass the ball. Otherwise, they'll just run it down our throat.
Right, so one thing the quarterback just talked to me about was they haven't, the last quarterback that was here was good, was a pocket passer. So they haven't seen a quarterback in a while that can get out and run and on edge and everything, even though he has an ankle and everything, is more mobile than the quarterback they used to seeing. So can you talk about what type of advantage that kind of gives you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had James Arnold the last 4 years who, obviously incredible, took us to state and has 9,000 career passing yards, whatever. Say whatever you want about James. Aiden brings a different dynamic, and they know that. Coach Michael Moser is Aiden's uncle, actually, so that adds a little bit of fire to this as well. Because Aiden didn't play last time, so last time they go against each other as a coach and a nephew. Aiden's first cousin, Josh Moser, is a senior, so that adds to it. But yeah, it'll just be interesting to have fun with this rivalry once again.
And you talk about having a perfect game, so. But a little bit more specifically, what do you think needs to go right for you guys as far as the game plan? I guess not game plan, but kind of like generally, what do you think you guys need to do better that's going to change the outcome this time?
Now defensively, like I said, we have every film on them. Obviously, they have every film on us. We know everything about them. Teams all year have trouble stopping them because they're so proficient. They have so many different playmakers. So like I said, we got to get them off schedule. So first downs are huge. Second downs are huge defensively. You have to either give them 1-2 yard gain or get them at line of scrimmage or tackle for loss. Otherwise, they're going to go 4 to 5 yards, 4 to 5 yards, 4 to 5 yards all the way down the field. And it's demoralizing. Or Curry or Newey break one. So we got to get them off schedule early on, put them in 3rd and long. long, even 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 situations. Defensive and offensive, we got to take care of the ball. We got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands. We played in this mud before. We played 2 weeks ago in the mud and beat the number 2 team in the state. So we know the recipe it takes. It's just obviously going to be, doesn't make it any easier. Like I said, they're an incredible team. So we'll see what happens.
And lastly for me, unless you wanted to say more, lastly for me, I would say you talk about the film. I don't think they have a lot of film on this guy that you have a quarterback now. So how much can you use that to your advantage, kind of doing some things and kind of catching them off guard a little bit?
Sure, and like I said, they know Aiden pretty well. Like I said, Coach Moser's his uncle, so they know how Aiden can run the ball, what he can do with his legs. He's gotten better and better as far as his ankle injury goes. You saw some last week in the sectional championship. He's running the ball more and more. So this week we'll do a little more read option with him. And what AC's so good at is blitzing the quarterback. So let's change that a little bit. He'll be hopefully able to escape the pocket when they bring pressure, as they always do. So a different dynamic for us there. But he's got to. We go where Aiden takes us tomorrow offensively. Where Aiden takes us is where we're going to go. And I love that because he's a leader, he's a competitor, and he doesn't want to be done yet.
Yeah, so lastly for me, how exciting is this time of year? Would you have it any other way? You're playing those guys right down the road for a chance for the regional title.
You can't put into words. I remember a couple years ago we played down there in 2019. Didn't go the way we wanted, obviously. We were the favorite that year, and they're the favorite this year. But the place was packed. 45 minutes pregame. It was almost like you see at a college game or something, where people are there early and their student sections are already getting chanced in while we're doing pregame. And it was some of our freshmen were a little scared what was going on there, but it was awesome atmosphere. It's two communities that just love football so much, love their kids, support their kids. So to be a part of this rivalry as a coach and a player, it's been absolutely incredible. So yeah, again, people are going to get their money's worth tomorrow.
Right on. Anything else?
That's it, man. Thanks for coming down here.
Yeah, no